OCO, Halito, it's Raven Redtail Hawk Jaguar, and I'm coming to you with that shapeshifter energy, okay? It is close to Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, all right, All Saints Day, Halloween, Samhain, okay? And so I just been, which I always channel some aspect of my ancestors, but it's just, I got a little inspiration. Of course, shapeshifter energy from the raven, the crow, that shapeshifter energy, that jaguar, that red-tailed hawk, that falcon energy. I still represent Aboriginal, Indigenous, and melanin rich spirituality, culture, okay? I got a little mixture going on, of course. Y'all know, gotta have that Cherokee Choctaw energy, that Caddo energy, that Seminole energy, and then we got the Agbulan, Tamari, with the head wrap, I got my chain on. What? I feel like, ugh. I just need a grill. I just need one of those little cute grills, like the bottom one, so I can go, ugh. My daughter hates when I do that. But anyway, I just wanted to send a shout out to everybody today. I just feel kind of good. But the thing is this, I made a video the other day and uploaded it to YouTube, and it has some copyright music in the background. So I clicked to remove the copyright material. Okay, and I'm thinking they just gonna remove the music in the background like on some high-tech shit. But they removed all of the sound. So on some of my video, I'm just talking, but y'all can't hear shit. So I was kind of upset about that. So basically in my video, I was just talking about, All Saints Day, Day of the Dead, Halloween, Samhain, Dia de los Muertos coming up. Okay, this is the month October and November. Okay, the veil is thin, and that is just, an analogy. The dimensions are close. We can always tap into our ancestral realm just by going within, doing meditation, because we have their blood flowing through our veins. So we can always tap in, and reverence our ancestors, get guidance from them, talk to them, have dreams about them. So this is what October, November is about. The ancient Olmec, which is one of my favorites, because they are the pre-Hispanic civilization. They set up shop and the foundation for what we know as the Maya, the Aztec, the Inca, Toltec today. I flow in the Toltec. I have some Toltec oracle cards, and I do Toltec readings. I really identify with them. They focus on the marrying of opposites. Life and death are married because you have life and death. Those things are inevitable. They are permanent. It's a sure thing. So they married them together. So they had celebrations about life and about death. Okay, they didn't fear death, they embraced it and celebrated it. So when you see people with, the Day of the Dead stuff, skeleton, have skeleton face, made up, things of that nature, they are reverencing, their ancestors that are in another dimension. They have transcended, transmuted, all of that. They are reverencing them, and they reverence that one day that you will die a good death. That is what the ancestors hoped, and they lived their life according to that. Okay, So my video was just touching on, you know, the pre-Hispanic, the Xi-Olmec, the she people, those big colossal heads that look like melanated men and women today that created the calendar, ball games, the rubber balls, all of that. They laid the foundation, you know, for the Day of the Dead type celebrations, the ancestral reverence. They laid the groundwork for that here in the Americas, okay? So we want to give them the proper due respect, okay? And we want to say ashe, a-o to them, because they laid that foundation. So I just want to encourage everybody, you know, continue to you know, reverence your ancestors. If you want to have an ancestral altar, I have an ancestral altar. An altar is just a place that's dedicated to their memory. Okay, you can have their pictures on there, and you want to have all of the elements represented. Like you want to have a plant and some water, so you can pour libations, which is, you know, you heard that Tupac song, pour out a little liquor. You know, he got that from ancestral reverence, okay? All right, and you know he's named after an Incan king, okay? Chief, priest, things of that nature. So, okay, you want to have the plant to represent the earth. You want to have water to represent water. You want to have incense for air. You want to have candles for fire. You want to have your ancestors' pictures. Okay, you want to have their pictures, and you want to have maybe some of their personal items or some of their favorite things, like their favorite liquor, their favorite cigar, their handkerchief, you know, something personal of them. Okay, and you can reverence them in that way, like on their birthday. You can cook their favorite meal. You can just go in meditation and talk to them. You can do it before you go to sleep and have dreams about it, about them. You can drink some mugwort tea because that helps you have dreams. And then before you go to bed, you can just think about that person, your relative, your loved one that you miss, and you can have a dream about them and have a pen and pad by your bed and write it down. You should have a glass of water by your bed too. Drink that when you get up. It will help you remember that dream vividly in more detail. So you can have an ancestral altar to reverence your ancestors. And I have an altar right here. It's just for energies that I resonate with, okay? Divine goddess energies, divine God energies. So that's masculine and feminine aspects of the one divine great spirit, God, goddess, creator, creatress of the universe, which it has infinite aspects, okay? So like mine has, okay, we got that Bast energy, that's feminine energy, protector of women and children, pregnant women, seductive type energy. We have Ma'at, that's balance, okay, truth, balance, justice, morality, okay, Ma'at. And then you have Heru, the mighty sun falcon, also the red-tailed hawk to me. Okay, that energy, the Christ energy, higher consciousness, becoming a Christ, okay, flowing in your divine self, your abilities, awakening, that third eye, pineal gland being opened, okay, and we got the raven, the crow, that shapeshifter energy, universal sacred law, between worlds. You know, the raven, the crow is always present in ceremony because it is the message and the messenger of the spiritual realm, okay? So you can have an altar with whatever resonates with you. I just advise you, you want to have a balanced altar. So you want to have something that represents divine feminine energy and divine masculine energy, okay? I have stuff all over my home that just like my home is just like a big altar, reverencing myself, my divine self, and my ancestors, and marrying that together, like that polarity, that union of opposites. That's what our ancestors really was trying to get us to understand, and a lot of their concepts. Okay, the balance point. You want to have balance. You want to have that. It's a time to bring the fucking pain, and calling your ancestors that's the fucking warriors when somebody's trying to mess with you. Okay, and then there's a time to be good. It's a time to be nice, but you want to be balanced. It's a time for self-defense, defending yourself, and it's a time to be nice. And it's a time to be, stern, assertive, aggressive, nice, things of that nature. So I just wanted to, share a little bit with y'all about, that, because my video is fucked up on YouTube. But I just was going around the Halloween store and like showing you how they got that from our ancestors. Our ancestors, they did put on regalia and costumes, so to speak. They did dress up like different beings to tap into that energy. Like I just left the Cahokia Mounds in East St. Louis, Collinsville, Illinois, and they had the Falcon Warrior. Okay, they dressed up like a falcon to tap into that falcon energy for war, because the falcon is a fierce bird. Okay, the falcon is the fastest. It can fly the highest. It has that warrior energy. I had the falcon show up when I was at Woodhenge there, and it came darting towards me, and then it veered off and kind of flew on the side of me, above me. I caught it on camera. Y'all watch any of my videos, the red-tailed hawk, the falcon, that is my spirit guide. So it was showing me that warrior energy, and it was a welcome home to me. Okay, I went to see those earthen mounds, and that was a sacred pilgrimage for me to tap into and reverence my ancestors. So October and November is about reverencing your ancestors. They are very close to us, even every day, but like it's like in mass, the energy is high around this time. They use that analogy, the veil is thin. You can really tap into their energy, okay? So, call on your ancestors. You can apologize to them. You can, give them the proper respect, reverence, talk to them, tell them how much you love them and miss them. And you can really feel their energy. It's real heightened around this time. So that is what the Day of the Dead, All Saints Day, things of that nature is about. And you want to call on your saints. I mean, people go to church and they deal with the saints, the saints, the saints. Our ancestors used that as a cover. Okay, they had the saints and they had Jesus on the forefront, but in their private ceremonies, they dealt with their ancestors. So, know what it is. You may see, they have the Catholic saints and all of that shit, but no, they reverence their ancestors, like in Umbanda, which is, I really resonate with that because it's a mixture of the Agbulan, Tamari African ancestry, and the Native American, which is the indigenous tribes. That's my ancestry too, especially in the forefront. Also, they mix it in with the Catholic saints because that was a front. And they celebrated and reverenced and did things with their own ancestors that was in their bloodline. So it was like a big pot of gumbo all mixed together, okay? That's just like Santeria, okay? And Ifa, Yoruba, Voodoo, Hoodoo, all of that, Okay, it's reverencing your ancestors, getting guidance from them and wisdom. Okay, you want to get understanding, overstanding. When you tap into that energy, you get a better understanding of who you are. Okay, of who you are. That is part of the saying that I have: learn, know, master thyself. Okay, you know what your ancestors did before, Christianity and other religions, Abrahamic religions, were forced on our ancestors. Peep what they did before. Peep what they did before. Whenever you research anything, you want to go back to the origin of a thing. The origin will tell you, okay, our ancestors did this, and a lot of the religious stuff that you do in church, you don't even realize it's so-called pagan stuff, because they got their game from our ancestors. Prayer and affirmations, got it from our ancestors. Okay, speaking in other languages, which was like broken dialect, because they had a mixture of all of our languages. Okay, now the speaking in tongues, you tapping into a realm of other spirits. You don't know what spirits you in there in that church, talking, letting that spirit, use your body, so to speak. That pastor, that prophet, whatever that's laying hands on you, they're transferring that energy to you. And you don't know. But you have to understand that you have the power to do that, because you have your divine self, divine great spirit, your ancestors, and your guides within you. So you can lay hands on yourself and speak those languages that our ancestors spoke. You go deep enough in meditation and trance-like states, you can do that. You have the power to do that on your own. You don't have to sit there and tarry for the Holy Ghost and let somebody else lay hands on you. You can lay hands on yourself, because that system was designed to get you away from knowing the power within you, yourself. You have the power to do that. Okay, you have the power to call upon divine great spirit within you, your ancestors, to complete whatever task you need to tap into that power. They don't want you to know that you have the power within yourself. They don't want you to know that shit. You have the power. It makes me think of that cartoon I used to watch. He-Man says, I have the power. You have the power. So begin October, November. Tap into that. Tap into your own power. Okay? Okay, whatever culture, spirituality that you find out that your ancestors were a part of, start researching. And a lot of that stuff, they do it in church, but they make you call on a white Hebrew Jesus, okay? When you should be calling on you, divine great spirit, your ancestors within you. Okay, because you are the Christ, the Messiah, the Savior that you've been waiting for. So tap in, go within, do meditation, and get up off your ass, okay? And do for self. And always remember, self-defense. So I'm going to cut it short because I got to take my baby to get something to eat. We're going to the Indian restaurant. We do all kind of melanated spirituality, culture, food, music in my household. That's what we do. We are a melanin-rich nation, and we are pan-global people. So if you are pan-African, salute. I got the unk working because I embrace that. I'm pan-American because Turtle Island is my ancestors' land. What? Okay? Pan-global. I embrace the Hindu, the Shi people, the Shang, those samurais, all of that Wu-Tang was tapping into, all of that. Melanin rich people are the origin of the world, okay? So whatever melanin rich spirituality you want to tap into that resonates with you, tap into that. It's a reason why you're drawn to that, because your ancestors did those practices. They did those rituals and reverence, all of that. So tap into that. Pay attention. The world is full of signs, symbols, okay? Signs and symbols and messages. They are everywhere. Are you paying attention? Okay? They're trying to tell you something. Tap into that. Research it. And then you'll understand, oh, that's why I like those type of clothes. That's why I love that type of food. That's why I do this. You know, I find myself doing stuff, and then later I research and I'm like, I was already doing that. You know, so those are my tips for October, November, for Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, okay? All Saints Day, Halloween, Samhain, all of that. So tap in. Ancestral reverence, okay? So I want to sign out. I want to say Wado, which is thank you. Namaste. I recognize the God goddess in you. You recognize it in me. I want to say Ashe. We have the power to change things and make things happen. And Ayo. Peace.